I kind of feel like an Egyptian here. Okay, that's weird. Okay, for our day 5 of our 31 days of review, I'm going to be reviewing Earl Grey Moonlight from Adagio. For some reason, I just cannot remember the name of that tea. It's driving me crazy. Okay, this is a loose leaf tea. It is black tea. And I'm really excited because I've never actually tried a tea from Adagio. I know a lot about Adagio and I've learned so much from their blog. So it's really exciting to try one of their teas. I got this tea from the April Cozy box. Yes. The ingredients for this tea, I wrote them down in my handy dandy notebook, are Earl Grey Oravo tea, vanilla tea, cream tea, and blue cornflowers. When I was writing down the ingredients, I was actually kind of surprised because for most Earl Grey teas and even variations, they have, every single ingredient. But it looks like that Adagio has their own Earl Grey blend already. And then they have a blend of vanilla tea and a blend of cream tea. And I was like, I really have no idea what to expect from that. So I was eager to look at the dry leaves. So I was like, whoa, what is it going to look like? And then it just looked like your classic Earl Grey tea. It just looked like black tea with blue cornflowers in it. And I could definitely smell the creaminess and the bergamot oil just like open it up and it was just like boom, right in your face. It's not a bad smell. It's very sweet. And I thought it was so cool how you could just smell all the creaminess in it. It was, I don't know, it was almost as good as drinking it. So when I brewed the tea, the leaves did not expand very much, like just a very, very little bit. Which I was really surprised because Adagio tea is known for its great quality of tea, and so, I don't know, I just expected it to expand a lot more than it did. The aroma of the tea was just like your classic black tea. I couldn't smell any of that creaminess or the bergamot oil. It kind of smelled like I just brewed just a plain black Lipton tea bag. It kind of lost all the appeal that it had while it was still in its dry leaf form. The head notes for this tea were black tea, body notes were black tea, the end notes were vanilla, and then the aftertaste was black tea with a hint of bergamot oil. So overall, it was just like a nice black tea, and I didn't really taste any of the Earl Grey variation-y stuff until like the very end, so I was kind of disappointed and surprised by that. The mouthfeel of this tea was very watery, but there was a little bit of creaminess to it. One of my favorite parts of Earl Grey tea and the variations of Earl Grey tea is that it's very creamy. Like, it tastes like I'm drinking tea that cream has already been poured into it. And I mean, I don't mind pouring cream into my tea, but it was just kind of weird that it had cream tea and just it smelled so creamy that I didn't get any of that in the taste or the mouthfeel. This was one of the worst teas I've ever had in regards to the mouthfeel. Now, the wateriness and the slight creaminess isn't what bothered me. It was just the worst pucker I've ever had. So, generally after you drink some tea, there's like a slight pucker at the very back of your throat. I can't point to it, but it's, kind of right there. And you usually work through it, it's fine, it's just like slightly uncomfortable and you're like, yeah, that's just tea, whatever. But with this one, I took a drink and it was just instant, like, as I just pulled hair across my face. It was so bad. And after my first sip, I got so thirsty. I drank an entire glass of water and it was still hard to swallow. So I did not make another cup after that because I was like, that's awful. Like, it actually tasted pretty good, but I was really disappointed because my throat puckered so much that I couldn't even take another sip. I would say that this tea is a classic Earl Grey tea with a little bit of a vanilla undertone. I wouldn't say that this tea is totally different from Earl Grey tea. I would say it's pretty close. And with the variations, there's variations where it's like, wow, I cannot tell the difference between Earl Grey tea and this tea. And then there's other teas where I'm like, I can kind of taste a little Earl Grey tea in there, but it's mostly its own thing. This is one of those, like, yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of difference, but I mean, it just tastes like Earl Grey tea to me. Overall, I give this tea 3 stars for the quality, aroma, and taste. I don't really think there's anything spectacular about this tea. It just tasted like a normal Earl Grey tea to me, as I've repeated a lot of times now. But it's not a bad tea, and I mean, if you're an Earl Grey lover, then this might be the tea for you. I would definitely recommend this tea. A lot of people love Earl Grey tea, and I think that's awesome. If you love Earl Grey tea, then you're probably going to really like this tea, because it's pretty much Earl Grey tea with just a little bit of vanilla at the end, which who doesn't love themselves some vanilla? I mean, come on now. Even though I recommend this tea, I'm probably not going to drink it. I'm just going to pass it on, and I'm sure I'll find somebody who really, really likes this tea. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, that you guys are having an amazing day full of tea and happiness, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!